Evening, guys. So I got a chance to get another few photos in last night. These were just photos of the moon. Um, just so happened as I was going to bed, I usually look out the window every evening just to look around, see if there might be some moose or some other wildlife in the yard. And just so happened when I looked out last night, the moon was just rising above the trees. So I grabbed my camera and took a few pictures. These were just I played around with the settings a little bit, but not a whole lot. Like I said, this kind of wasn't a planned thing. It was just I saw the moon there, so I decided to take a few shots. So I just want to quickly show you those. One other thing I do want to mention quickly. I'm sure anybody who's into photography or anything like that already knows this, but if you ever take a nice photo and um, you can't remember what your camera settings were for digital photos, you can see over here in this area. This will give you all the information for your picture, date and time, um, the size, dimensions, even the camera and a camera model. You can see I took this with the Canon T3, so I didn't take this with my modified camera. This is just a regular T3. But more importantly, here's the data for the picture itself. So you can see the lens at this particular photo was set at a f number of 5. The exposure was 1/60th of a second. ISO was set to 800. Focal length 160 millimeters. I took these pictures with a zoom lens. This is the only one I took at 160 millimeters. The others are taken at 300 millimeters. So anyways, enough of that. Just show you through the photos that I took. So I took these photos over a span of about 7 minutes. You'll see this is the first one, and you'll see the moon rising in this direction when I go through the photos. So this is the first one that I took. This was just right out of, I just turned the camera on, snapped this picture. So you can see everything is nice focus, but the moon being bright is blown out in this picture. This one here is a zoomed in picture. Again, I let the camera do all the work on this one, picking the settings. You can see again, quite nice. You can see a bit more detail in the moon, zoomed in, but it's still blown out a little bit. But still a nice picture, I thought. And then this is just ones where I started playing around, changing a few things, changing the ISO, changing shutter speed, that sort of thing. And as I said, you can see the moon as I go through the pictures moving up in this direction. So you can see here, sky is much darker, but much more detail in the moon. It's also a nice photo. This is one of the better ones I thought that I took. Again, the sky is a bit darker. The whole foreground here or horizon line is completely in shadow in this one. And again, you can really see some nice detail on the moon in this shot. This is a nice shot as well. I think I slightly changed the shutter speed on this one, I think. And then again, this one here is similar to the first one, where the moon is completely washed out. And then I started making some changes again, bringing the moon a little bit back into detail. This one's also a nice photo, but again, we're back to darkening the sky and bringing out some more detail on the full moon. And I think this was the final one that I took. Yeah, this is the final one. So I think to me, the two best ones were this one here, and this one here. I think this one was the best one overall. Now, as usual, there was one mistake that I made, and I forgot to change the photo type to RAW. So these are taken with these are taken as JPEGs, which means there's compression in the photo. RAW has no compression. It's just, as it states, it's just raw data. But JPEG compresses the photo so that keeps the file size small. So if you want to go in and play around with this in a photo editor like Photoshop or something, it's best to have RAW instead of JPEG. So, but anyways, yeah, I was quite pleased actually with this photo. And like I said, this one here and the last two, this one and this one, I thought were the best ones. But this one was the one I liked the best. So anyways, a bit of a successful thing. Like I said, I only was taking the picture for 7 minutes. I was on my way to bed at the time, so yeah, I just quickly grabbed the camera and ran out and snapped off these few photos. So a bit better results than when I tried to do the Milky Way. The moon actually is pretty much adjacent to the Milky Way now. So until the moon starts to move back behind, we won't be able to get any more, or make any attempts to get any more Milky Way photos. So anyways, guys, enough rambling. As always, thanks for watching, and hope you stay tuned.